Welcome to our exploration of Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time and continues to resonate in today's fast-paced world. Imagine navigating through your life with the understanding that every setback and challenge you face is not just a hurdle, but a stepping stone towards something greater. This perspective is not merely an inspirational quote you might scroll past on social media. It is a profound principle rooted in Stoic thought. Stoicism teaches us not only how to endure life's battles, but also how to embrace them, transforming our struggles into strengths. In a society where urban professionals often grapple with career pressures, relationship complexities, and the overwhelming nature of social media, Stoic wisdom offers a roadmap to not just survive, but thrive. The Stoics believed that the power to lead a fulfilling life lies not in changing our circumstances, but in changing our responses to them. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote invites us to focus on what we can control: our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. Consider the young professional in New York City who feels overwhelmed by the demands of work and the constant comparison to peers on social media. This individual might feel like they are constantly battling against the tide. But what if they could shift their perspective? By applying Stoic principles, they can learn to see these challenges not as insurmountable obstacles but as opportunities for growth. For instance, when faced with a daunting project, instead of succumbing to anxiety, they could ask themselves, why not embrace this challenge as a chance to improve my skills? As we delve deeper into the heart of Stoicism, we will uncover practical strategies to harness these timeless teachings. We will explore the importance of self-examination, which encourages individuals to question their complacency and strive for their highest potential. Asking the question, why not, can serve as a catalyst for proactive self-reflection, pushing us to confront our fears and self-doubt. Moreover, we will discuss the concept of prokopton, or being a work in progress. This idea reflects the Stoic commitment to relentless improvement and the pursuit of virtues that align with our core values. The journey of self-improvement is not about achieving perfection. It is about embracing the process of growth. As Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This perspective encourages us to focus on what truly matters, fostering a mindset of gratitude and resilience. Throughout this journey, we will draw on the wisdom of historical Stoic figures like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, who faced their own trials and tribulations with grace and fortitude. Their teachings remind us that the path to a fulfilling life lies in our ability to respond to challenges with courage and integrity. By the end of this exploration, you will gain insights into how to transform your challenges into your greatest victories and learn to live with intention, integrity, and an indomitable spirit. So, join me as we embark on this transformative journey through Stoicism. Together, we will discover how to turn the obstacles in our path into the stepping stones of our greatest evolution. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any part of this life-changing exploration. 1. Embracing challenges. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the ability to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Life is inherently filled with obstacles, and how we respond to these challenges defines not only our character but also our path toward personal excellence. The Stoics believed that adversity is not merely something to endure, it is a vital component of the journey towards self-improvement and virtue. This perspective is encapsulated in the Stoic principle of amor fati, which translates to love of fate. Rather than resisting difficulties, we are encouraged to accept them and even find joy in the process of overcoming them. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote serves as a powerful reminder that the very obstacles we face can become the catalysts for our growth. Instead of viewing challenges as barriers, we can learn to see them as stepping stones on our path to becoming our best selves. The Stoic mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities. To embrace challenges effectively, we must cultivate a Stoic mindset that reframes adversity as an opportunity for personal evolution. This mindset encourages us to confront our fears and uncertainties head-on, rather than shying away from them. For instance, consider a young entrepreneur in San Francisco who is struggling to secure funding for their startup. Instead of feeling defeated by the rejections they receive, they can choose to view each rejection as a learning experience. By analyzing feedback from potential investors, they can refine their business model and presentation, ultimately leading to greater chances of success in the future. This approach resonates with the Stoic belief in the power of resilience. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, stated, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Just as physical training can build strength and endurance, facing challenges can fortify our mental and emotional resilience. By embracing adversity, we develop the skills and fortitude necessary to navigate life's complexities. Historical examples of Stoic resilience. Throughout history, Stoic philosophers have exemplified this mindset in their own lives. Marcus Aurelius faced numerous challenges during his reign, including wars, a devastating plague, and personal loss. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair, he maintained his commitment to virtue and duty. His writings reflect a deep understanding that hardship is an inevitable aspect of life and that our responses to these hardships define us. In his meditations, he frequently reminds himself to remain steadfast and to focus on what he can control. Another example is the philosopher Epictetus, who was born into slavery yet rose to become a respected teacher of Stoicism. He faced significant personal challenges, including physical disability and social oppression. However, Epictetus embraced his circumstances, teaching that our freedom lies not in external conditions but in our responses to them. He famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle encourages us to take ownership of our reactions and to cultivate a proactive attitude toward life's challenges. Practical strategies for embracing challenges. How can we apply these Stoic teachings in our modern lives? Here are several practical strategies to help us embrace challenges and turn them into opportunities for growth. Reframe your perspective. Instead of viewing challenges as setbacks, try to see them as opportunities for development. When faced with difficulties, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? This shift in perspective can help you approach challenges with a growth mindset. For example, if you receive constructive criticism at work, instead of feeling defensive, consider it an opportunity to refine your skills and improve your performance. Embracing feedback as a tool for growth aligns with the Stoic belief that we can always become better versions of ourselves. Practice resilience. Building resilience is essential for effectively navigating challenges. This can involve developing coping strategies such as mindfulness and stress management techniques. Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining inner calm even in the face of adversity. For instance, when encountering unexpected obstacles, take a moment to breathe deeply and center yourself. Reflect on the situation and remind yourself that challenges are an integral part of life. By cultivating resilience, you strengthen your ability to face future difficulties with confidence. Seek support. Embracing challenges does not mean facing them alone. Seek guidance and support from friends, mentors, or colleagues. Engaging in discussions about your experiences can provide valuable insights and perspectives. Consider joining a community or support group where you can share your challenges and learn from others' experiences. This collaborative approach not only fosters connection but also reinforces the Stoic idea that wisdom often comes from shared knowledge and dialogue. Set incremental goals. When faced with a significant challenge, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. By setting incremental goals, you create a pathway for progress and achievement. For example, if you are preparing for a major presentation at work, divide the process into stages: researching your topic, creating an outline, practicing your delivery, and seeking feedback. Each small step contributes to your overall success, reinforcing the idea that progress is built on consistent effort. Celebrate your growth, acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small. Each time you face a challenge and overcome it, celebrate your resilience and growth. This practice aligns with the Stoic principle of recognizing and appreciating the journey of self-improvement. Consider keeping a journal of your challenges and the lessons learned from each experience. Reflecting on your progress can provide motivation and encouragement during difficult times. In summary, embracing challenges is a fundamental aspect of Stoic philosophy that can lead to profound personal growth and development. By reframing adversity as an opportunity for learning, we empower ourselves to navigate the complexities of life with resilience and courage. The teachings of Stoicism remind us that our responses to challenges define our character and shape our destinies. As we continue to explore the principles of Stoicism, let us remember that each challenge we face is not a hindrance but a stepping stone toward our highest potential. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can transform our approach to adversity and emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving our goals. 2. Prokopton, the pursuit of progress. In Stoicism, the concept of prokopton, or the idea of being a work in progress, is central to understanding how we can continuously strive for improvement throughout our lives. Unlike the pursuit of perfection, which can lead to frustration and disappointment, Prokopton emphasizes the importance of incremental growth and relentless self-improvement. It invites us to embrace our imperfections and recognize that the journey toward becoming our best selves is ongoing. The Stoic perspective on progress. The Stoics believed that true fulfillment comes not from external achievements, but from aligning our actions with our values and virtues. As Epictetus famously stated, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This statement encapsulates the essence of Prokopton, the pursuit of meaningful progress over the accumulation of superficial success. It encourages us to focus on cultivating our character, virtues, and skills rather than merely chasing after external validation. Consider the example of a young professional in Miami who has recently transitioned into a management role. Initially, they might feel overwhelmed by responsibilities and the expectations placed upon them. Instead of aiming for immediate perfection, they can adopt the Stoic principle of Prokopton by setting realistic, incremental goals. This might involve seeking feedback from their team, developing their leadership skills through workshops, and reflecting on their experiences to identify areas for improvement. By focusing on consistent progress rather than perfection, they begin to build their confidence and competence over time. Embracing the journey of self-improvement. To embody the Stoic principle of Prokopton, we must cultivate a mindset that values the journey of self-improvement. This process requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to learn from both successes and failures. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reflected on the importance of continuous growth. He wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This quote underscores the idea that our response to challenges and setbacks should be rooted in our commitment to personal development rather than retaliation or resentment. A practical way to embrace the journey of self-improvement is to engage in regular self-reflection. By taking time to assess our actions, decisions, and motivations, we can identify patterns and areas for growth. Journaling can be an effective tool for this process. For instance, after a particularly challenging week at work, a manager might write about their interactions with team members, noting both successes and moments where they could have communicated more effectively. This reflective practice allows them to learn from their experiences and approach similar situations with greater awareness in the future. Additionally, setting specific, measurable goals can help us maintain focus on our progress. Instead of vague aspirations like, "I want to be a better leader," we can define concrete objectives, such as, "I will provide constructive feedback to my team during weekly meetings." By breaking down larger goals into smaller, actionable steps, we create a clear roadmap for our growth. Celebrating these small victories along the way reinforces our motivation and commitment to continuous improvement. The role of resilience in Prokopton. Resilience plays a crucial role in the pursuit of progress. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles, and how we respond to these difficulties significantly impacts our growth. The Stoics understood that resilience is not merely about enduring hardships, but about using them as opportunities for learning and development. Seneca emphasized this notion when he said, "Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men." This quote highlights that true strength is revealed in the face of adversity. For example, consider an entrepreneur who faces a major setback, such as a failed product launch. Instead of viewing this failure as the end of their journey, they can choose to analyze what went wrong, gather feedback, and pivot their approach for future endeavors. This process of reflection and adaptation aligns with the Stoic principle of Prokopton, reinforcing the idea that growth often emerges from our most challenging experiences. To cultivate resilience, we can employ various strategies. One effective method is to practice mindfulness and stress management techniques. By developing the ability to remain present and centered during difficult times, we can navigate challenges with greater clarity and composure. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or even regular physical exercise can enhance our mental resilience, allowing us to respond to setbacks with a proactive attitude. The importance of community and support. In the pursuit of progress, it is essential to recognize that we do not have to navigate our journeys alone. The Stoics valued community and the support of others as integral to personal growth. Engaging with mentors, peers, or friends can provide valuable insights and encouragement along the way. As Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not be ashamed to be helped." Seeking guidance and feedback from others can help us identify blind spots and enhance our development. Consider a young artist in Los Angeles who is striving to improve their craft. By joining a local art community or attending workshops, they can connect with others who share similar aspirations. This network of support not only offers opportunities for collaboration and inspiration, but also provides a safe space for constructive feedback. Engaging with others in this way reinforces the Stoic belief that wisdom often emerges from shared experiences. Celebrating progress, not perfection. One of the most critical aspects of Prokopton is the recognition that progress is an ongoing journey, not a destination. Embracing the idea that we are always works in progress allows us to celebrate our efforts and growth rather than fixating on unattainable ideals of perfection. This perspective can alleviate the pressure to achieve immediate results and foster a more compassionate relationship with ourselves. A practical way to celebrate progress is to maintain a success journal, where we document our achievements, no matter how small. This practice can serve as a powerful reminder of our growth over time. For instance, after completing a challenging project at work, we can reflect on the skills we developed and the lessons we learned throughout the process. By acknowledging our progress, we reinforce our commitment to continuous improvement and cultivate a positive mindset. The ongoing journey of self-improvement. As we embrace the Stoic principle of Prokopton, we must remember that the pursuit of progress is a lifelong journey. Life will inevitably present us with challenges, but it is our response to these challenges that shapes our character and determines our growth. By adopting a mindset of continuous improvement, we empower ourselves to learn from our experiences and strive for excellence. In the spirit of Stoicism, let us commit to the journey of self-improvement, recognizing that we are all works in progress. By focusing on the process of growth, we can transform our challenges into opportunities and cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment in our lives. 3. Commitment to excellence. Commitment to excellence is a hallmark of Stoic philosophy, reflecting the profound belief that our actions should stem from a place of integrity and dedication. The Stoics understood that true fulfillment comes not from external validation, but from our unwavering commitment to virtuous living. This principle encourages us to engage fully in our pursuits, whether they are personal, professional, or relational, and to strive for excellence in every aspect of our lives. The Stoic perspective on commitment. At the heart of Stoicism is the understanding that we cannot control external events, but we can control our responses to them. As Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote emphasizes the importance of focusing on our actions and attitudes. When we commit to excellence, we choose to act with intention, aligning our efforts with our values and principles. Consider the case of a healthcare professional working in a bustling city like New York. Every day, they face high-pressure situations that require quick decision-making and unwavering dedication to patient care. Instead of merely going through the motions, they embrace their commitment to excellence by continually seeking to improve their skills and knowledge. This might involve attending workshops, engaging in peer discussions, or reflecting on their experiences after each shift. By doing so, they ensure that their actions are grounded in a deep sense of purpose and integrity. The importance of integrity in action. Integrity is a cornerstone of Stoic thought. It encompasses not only honesty in our dealings with others, but also fidelity to our own principles. A commitment to excellence requires us to act in accordance with our values, even when faced with challenges or temptations. Marcus Aurelius succinctly captured this idea when he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This powerful statement calls us to embody our ideals through our actions rather than merely discussing them. A practical example of integrity in action can be found in the workplace. Imagine a project manager who discovers that a colleague has made a mistake that could jeopardize the project's success. Instead of covering up the error or shifting blame, the project manager takes responsibility and addresses the issue transparently. This commitment to integrity not only fosters trust among team members but also reinforces a culture of accountability and excellence. Cultivating a mindset of excellence. To truly commit to excellence, we must cultivate a mindset that values continuous improvement and learning. This involves adopting a proactive approach to our personal and professional growth. The Stoics believed that the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom is a lifelong endeavor. As Seneca noted, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. This sentiment encourages us to embrace curiosity and seek opportunities for growth at every stage of life. One effective way to cultivate this mindset is through setting clear, measurable goals. Instead of vague aspirations like, "I want to be better at my job," we can define specific objectives such as, "I will complete a certification course in my field within the next 6 months." By breaking down our larger goals into actionable steps, we create a roadmap for our progress and maintain focus on our commitment to excellence. Additionally, seeking feedback from others can provide valuable insights that enhance our growth. Engaging in constructive conversations with mentors, colleagues, or friends allows us to identify blind spots and areas for improvement. For instance, after delivering a presentation, a professional might ask a trusted colleague for feedback on their delivery style and clarity. This openness to feedback reflects a commitment to excellence and a willingness to grow from our experiences. The role of perseverance and resilience. Commitment to excellence also involves perseverance and resilience in the face of setbacks. The Stoics recognized that obstacles are an inherent part of life, and how we respond to these challenges ultimately shapes our character. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This quote highlights the transformative power of challenges and encourages us to view them as opportunities for growth. For example, consider an athlete training for a marathon. They encounter numerous obstacles along the way, such as injuries, fatigue, and self-doubt. However, their commitment to excellence drives them to push through these challenges. They adapt their training plan, seek guidance from coaches, and remain focused on their ultimate goal. This perseverance not only builds physical strength but also fosters mental resilience, enabling them to face future challenges with confidence. Celebrating progress and learning from setbacks. As we strive for excellence, it is essential to celebrate our progress along the way. Acknowledging our achievements, no matter how small, reinforces our commitment to growth and motivates us to continue on our path. The Stoics understood the importance of recognizing and appreciating the journey of self-improvement. Seneca wisely stated, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This quote reminds us that our commitment to excellence positions us to seize opportunities when they arise. Keeping a journal of our accomplishments and lessons learned can be an effective way to track our progress. For instance, after completing a challenging project at work, we can reflect on the skills we developed and the insights we gained throughout the process. By documenting these experiences, we cultivate a sense of gratitude for our growth and reinforce our commitment to excellence. Moreover, it is crucial to view setbacks as learning opportunities rather than failures. The Stoics emphasized that every challenge contains the seed of growth. When we encounter difficulties, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? This reflective practice allows us to extract valuable lessons from our setbacks, ultimately enhancing our resilience and commitment to excellence. The ongoing journey of commitment. The pursuit of excellence is not a destination but an ongoing journey. Life will continually present us with challenges and opportunities for growth, and our commitment to excellence must remain steadfast. The Stoics remind us that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with our values and dedicating ourselves to the process of self-improvement. As we embrace the Stoic principle of commitment to excellence, let us remember that we have the power to shape our destinies through our actions. By acting with integrity, cultivating a mindset of continuous growth, and viewing challenges as opportunities, we can embody the Stoic ideal of a life well lived. In this journey of commitment, we not only enhance our own lives, but also inspire those around us to pursue their own paths of excellence. Together, we can create a culture of integrity, resilience, and dedication, fostering an environment where each individual is empowered to strive for their best. 4. Navigating distractions. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are omnipresent. From the relentless notifications on our smartphones to the overwhelming influx of information on social media, it can be challenging to maintain focus and clarity in our lives. For urban professionals, particularly in bustling environments like New York City or Los Angeles, these distractions can significantly hinder productivity, creativity, and overall well-being. Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights into how we can navigate these distractions and remain steadfast in our commitments. Understanding the nature of distractions. Distractions often stem from external sources, but they can also arise from our internal state, our thoughts, emotions, and desires. The Stoics recognized that true tranquility comes from within, and they emphasized the importance of cultivating a disciplined mind. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote underscores the Stoic belief that while we cannot control external circumstances, we have the power to control our responses and maintain our focus. To effectively navigate distractions, we must first understand the nature of what draws our attention away from our goals. For example, a young professional might find themselves continuously checking their phone for updates, scrolling through social media feeds, or engaging in idle chatter with coworkers. These distractions divert energy and attention from meaningful tasks, leading to decreased productivity and increased stress. Cultivating mindfulness and presence. One of the most effective strategies for navigating distractions is cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment and aware of our thoughts and feelings without judgment. The Stoics practiced mindfulness in their daily lives, focusing on their thoughts and actions with intention. Seneca advised, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote highlights the importance of being present and not allowing our minds to wander into unnecessary worries or distractions. To incorporate mindfulness into our lives, we can practice techniques such as meditation or deep breathing exercises. For instance, taking 5 minutes each morning to meditate can help center our thoughts and set a positive tone for the day. During this time, we can reflect on our priorities and intentions, creating a mental framework that allows us to navigate distractions more effectively. Another practical way to cultivate mindfulness is by establishing designated times for focused work. By setting specific periods during the day to concentrate solely on important tasks, we can minimize distractions and enhance productivity. For example, a software developer might allocate 2 uninterrupted hours in the morning to work on a significant project, turning off notifications and setting boundaries with colleagues to ensure focus. Setting clear intentions and priorities. Navigating distractions also requires clarity regarding our intentions and priorities. The Stoics believed that understanding our purpose in life is essential for maintaining focus and direction. As Epictetus stated, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This quote emphasizes the importance of aligning our actions with our values and goals. To establish clear intentions, we can begin by identifying our core values and long-term objectives. For example, a marketing professional may prioritize creativity, collaboration, and growth in their career. By defining these values, they can make conscious decisions about how to allocate their time and energy. This might involve saying no to projects that do not align with their values or finding ways to incorporate creativity into their work. Additionally, creating a daily or weekly planner can help us prioritize tasks and manage our time effectively. By outlining specific goals and deadlines, we can gain a clearer perspective on what needs to be accomplished and eliminate unnecessary distractions. For instance, a project manager might use a digital task management tool to break down their workload into manageable steps, ensuring that each task aligns with their overall project goals. Embracing the power of no. One of the most challenging aspects of navigating distractions is learning to say no. In a culture that often values busyness and overcommitment, the ability to set boundaries is crucial for maintaining focus. The Stoics understood the importance of discernment in choosing commitments, and Seneca advised, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This quote reminds us that overextending ourselves can lead to burnout and diminished quality in our work. To practice saying no, we must first recognize our limits. This involves understanding that our time and energy are finite resources that should be allocated judiciously. For example, if a colleague requests your assistance on a project that does not align with your priorities or overwhelms your schedule, it is perfectly acceptable to decline. By articulating your boundaries with kindness and respect, you reinforce your commitment to your own goals and values. Additionally, consider the impact of social media and digital distractions on your focus. If you find yourself frequently drawn into endless scrolling or mindless browsing, set specific time limits for these activities. For example, you might designate 30 minutes in the evening for social media use, allowing you to enjoy the platform without allowing it to consume your day. Developing resilience against external distractions. While internal distractions can be challenging, external distractions pose a significant threat to our focus. The fast-paced nature of urban life, with its constant noise and activity, can make it difficult to concentrate. Stoic philosophy teaches us that we can cultivate resilience against these external distractions by focusing on our inner responses. For instance, when working in a busy office environment, consider using noise-canceling headphones to minimize auditory distractions. Create a designated workspace that is free from clutter and interruptions, allowing you to immerse yourself fully in your tasks. By taking proactive steps to control your environment, you can enhance your ability to concentrate and maintain your commitment to excellence. The ongoing journey of focus and clarity. As we navigate distractions in our lives, it is essential to recognize that this is an ongoing journey. Life will continually present us with challenges and temptations that threaten to divert our attention. However, by embracing the Stoic principles of mindfulness, intention, and resilience, we can develop the tools necessary to maintain our focus and clarity. The journey toward navigating distractions is not about achieving perfection. It is about cultivating the awareness and discipline to stay true to our commitments. As we apply these Stoic teachings, we empower ourselves to create a life that aligns with our values and aspirations. In doing so, we can transform distractions into opportunities for growth, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and purpose-driven existence. As we continue exploring the principles of Stoicism, Let us remain steadfast in our commitment to navigate distractions with grace and intention, ensuring that we stay aligned with our goals and values. 5. Releasing attachment to outcomes. In the practice of Stoicism, one of the most liberating principles is the concept of releasing attachment to outcomes. This idea encourages us to focus on our actions, intentions, and efforts rather than being fixated on the results we hope to achieve. By understanding the distinction between what is within our control and what lies beyond it, we can cultivate a sense of peace and resilience, regardless of external circumstances. The dichotomy of control. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies the dichotomy of control, a concept articulated by Epictetus. He taught that we should focus only on the aspects of our lives that we can control, our thoughts, intentions, and actions, while accepting that we cannot control the outcomes of those actions. As Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective shifts our focus away from external validation and results and toward a more empowering mindset based on personal responsibility. For example, consider a recent college graduate applying for jobs. They may invest significant time and effort in preparing their resume, practicing for interviews, and networking. However, once they submit their applications, the ultimate decision is out of their hands. If they become overly attached to the outcome, landing a specific job, they may experience anxiety and disappointment if they do not receive an offer. Instead, by focusing on the quality of their applications and the effort they put into their job search, they can approach the process with a sense of agency and resilience. Finding freedom in detachment. Releasing attachment to outcomes does not mean that we become indifferent to our goals or aspirations. Rather, it allows us to engage fully in our pursuits while maintaining a sense of inner peace, regardless of the results. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By embracing this mindset, we can find freedom in the knowledge that our worth is not determined by external success but by our commitment to our values and principles. Imagine an artist preparing for a gallery exhibition. They pour their heart and soul into creating their artwork, but once it is displayed, the response of the audience is beyond their control. If they become overly focused on the reception of their work, they risk losing sight of the joy and fulfillment that comes from the creative process itself. By releasing attachment to how others perceive their art, they can find satisfaction in the act of creation and remain grounded in their passion. The role of intentions and efforts. To embrace the Stoic principle of releasing attachment to outcomes, we must cultivate a strong sense of intention behind our actions. Setting clear intentions allows us to focus on the why behind what we do, fostering a deeper connection to our values. As we pursue our goals, we can ask ourselves, what do I hope to achieve, and why does it matter to me? This reflective practice reinforces our commitment to the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. For instance, a sales professional aiming to meet quarterly targets may find themselves feeling overwhelmed by the pressure to perform. Instead of becoming anxious about the numbers, they can shift their focus to the intentions driving their efforts. Building genuine relationships with clients, providing exceptional service, and developing their skills. By anchoring their actions in purpose, they can engage in their work with authenticity and fulfillment, regardless of whether they ultimately achieve their targets. Embracing the process. The Stoics recognized that the journey toward achieving our goals is often as valuable as the outcome itself. The process of growth, learning, and self-discovery can yield profound insights and experiences that shape our character. As Seneca wisely stated, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This quote reminds us that while we cannot control every outcome, we can control our preparation and the effort we invest in our pursuits. Consider a student preparing for a significant exam. Instead of fixating on the grade they hope to achieve, they can focus on the study techniques they employ, the knowledge they acquire, and the discipline they cultivate throughout the process. By embracing the journey of learning, they not only increase their chances of success, but also develop skills and resilience that will serve them well in future endeavors. Learning from setbacks. Releasing attachment to outcomes also involves reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. The Stoics understood that failures and challenges are not definitive endpoints. Rather, they are integral parts of the journey. When we encounter obstacles, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? This reflective practice allows us to extract valuable lessons from our setbacks, ultimately enhancing our personal growth. For example, a startup founder may launch a new product that does not meet market expectations. Instead of viewing this situation as a failure, they can analyze customer feedback, identify areas for improvement, and pivot their strategy accordingly. By reframing setbacks as learning experiences, they cultivate resilience and adaptability, essential qualities for long-term success. The power of perspective. To effectively release attachment to outcomes, we can also cultivate a broader perspective on success. The Stoics believed that true fulfillment comes from living in accordance with our values and principles, rather than from external achievements. By redefining success in terms of our character and integrity, we empower ourselves to pursue our goals with authenticity and purpose. Consider a corporate executive who is striving for a promotion. Instead of solely focusing on the title or salary increase, they can redefine success by emphasizing the impact they have on their team, the values they uphold, and the leadership qualities they embody. This shift in perspective allows them to approach their work with a sense of fulfillment and purpose, regardless of the outcome. As we embrace the Stoic principle of releasing attachment to outcomes, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience that empowers us to navigate life's uncertainties. By focusing on our intentions, efforts, and the lessons learned along the way, we can find fulfillment in the journey itself. The teachings of Stoicism remind us that our worth is not determined by external success, but by our commitment to our values and principles. In this ongoing journey of personal growth, let us strive to embrace the process, learn from our experiences, and remain steadfast in our pursuit of excellence. By releasing attachment to outcomes, we free ourselves to engage fully in our pursuits, fostering a deeper sense of fulfillment and resilience as we navigate life's challenges. 6. Reflecting inner qualities. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies the profound understanding that our inner qualities, our thoughts, attitudes, and character shape our experiences and interactions in the world. The Stoics emphasized the importance of cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, asserting that these qualities are the foundation of a fulfilling life. By focusing on our inner state, we can navigate the external chaos of life with grace and integrity. The Stoic understanding of inner qualities. The Stoics believed that the essence of a good life is not found in external circumstances, but in the cultivation of one's character. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This quote encapsulates the Stoic perspective that our internal dialogue and mindset profoundly influence our overall well-being. By reflecting on our inner qualities, we can identify areas for growth and develop a stronger sense of purpose. For instance, consider a mid-level manager in a large corporation who is facing challenges in their leadership role. They may feel overwhelmed by the demands of their position and struggle with self-doubt. However, by reflecting on their inner qualities, such as their commitment to teamwork, empathy, and adaptability, they can cultivate a more positive mindset. Instead of succumbing to negativity, they can choose to focus on their strengths and the impact they can have on their team. The importance of self-awareness. To cultivate our inner qualities, we must first develop self-awareness. This involves taking the time to reflect on our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. The Stoics taught that self-awareness is essential for personal growth and moral development. As Epictetus stated, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. This quote emphasizes the importance of understanding ourselves before striving for improvement. One effective way to enhance self-awareness is through regular introspection. This can involve journaling, meditation, or simply setting aside time each day to reflect on our experiences. For example, after a challenging meeting, a professional might take a few moments to jot down their thoughts and feelings about the interaction. By examining their emotions and responses, they can gain insights into their strengths and areas for improvement. Additionally, seeking feedback from trusted friends or colleagues can provide valuable perspectives on our inner qualities. Engaging in open and honest discussions about our strengths and weaknesses fosters a deeper understanding of ourselves. The Stoics recognized that wisdom often comes from shared experiences, and by learning from others, we can refine our character. Cultivating virtues through practice. The cultivation of inner qualities requires intentional practice and dedication. The Stoics believed that virtues are developed through consistent effort and commitment. As Seneca advised, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. This quote reinforces the idea that our inner qualities must be honed through practice and preparation. To cultivate specific virtues, we can set clear intentions and establish daily practices that align with our goals. For instance, if we aim to develop greater compassion, we might make a conscious effort to practice empathy in our interactions with others. This could involve actively listening to colleagues, understanding their perspectives, and finding ways to support them. Another example could be the pursuit of courage. If we find ourselves avoiding difficult conversations or shying away from challenges, we can intentionally seek out opportunities to practice bravery. This might involve volunteering to lead a project at work, expressing our opinions in meetings, or confronting a personal fear. By taking small steps toward courage, we gradually build our confidence and reinforce our commitment to our values. The impact of inner qualities on relationships. Our inner qualities significantly influence our relationships with others. The Stoics asserted that cultivating virtues not only enhances our character but also improves our interactions and connections. As Marcus Aurelius stated, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil. This quote serves as a reminder that while we cannot control others' behaviors, we can control our responses and maintain our integrity. For instance, consider a team leader who encounters a difficult team member resistant to collaboration. Instead of reacting with frustration or anger, they can choose to approach the situation with patience and understanding. By reflecting on their inner qualities, such as empathy and adaptability, they can engage in a constructive dialogue that fosters a positive working environment. This not only strengthens their leadership skills, but also encourages a culture of respect and collaboration within the team. The continuous journey of self-improvement. Cultivating our inner qualities is an ongoing journey that requires commitment and self-reflection. The Stoics believe that personal growth is a lifelong endeavor, and we should continuously strive to align our actions with our values. As Seneca noted, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. This quote encourages us to focus on the richness of our inner lives rather than fixating on external achievements. To further enhance our inner qualities, we can engage in practices that promote self-improvement. Reading books on philosophy, psychology, or personal development can provide valuable insights and inspire growth. For example, exploring the works of Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus, Seneca, or Marcus Aurelius can deepen our understanding of virtue and character. Additionally, participating in community service or volunteer work can help us cultivate compassion and gratitude. By giving back to others, we not only enhance our inner qualities but also gain a greater appreciation for the interconnectedness of humanity. This aligns with the Stoic belief in the importance of contributing to the greater good and living in accordance with our values. Embracing the inner journey. As we reflect on our inner qualities, it is essential to remember that personal growth is a journey rather than a destination. The Stoics remind us that we are all works in progress, continually evolving and learning. By focusing on our character and intentions, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. In this ongoing journey of self-improvement, let us commit to reflecting on our inner qualities and striving to cultivate virtues that align with our values. By doing so, we empower ourselves to lead lives of purpose and integrity, ultimately contributing to a more compassionate and just world. As we continue to explore the principles of Stoicism, let us embrace the transformative power of our inner qualities, recognizing that they shape not only our lives but also the lives of those around us. 7. Viewing obstacles as opportunities. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, one of the most powerful teachings is the idea that obstacles are not merely hindrances but rather opportunities for growth and self-improvement. This transformative perspective allows us to approach challenges with resilience and courage, enabling us to turn setbacks into stepping stones on our path toward personal excellence. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can cultivate the ability to view obstacles as integral parts of our journey, fostering a sense of empowerment and purpose. The Stoic principle of amor fati. At the heart of the Stoic approach is the principle of amor fati, which translates to love of fate. The Stoics believe that embracing our circumstances, both good and bad, allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and acceptance. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" This quote encapsulates the essence of amor fati, encouraging us to welcome obstacles as essential components of our life's tapestry. For example, consider a young professional in Chicago who faces a significant setback when a project they spearheaded fails to meet expectations. Instead of succumbing to disappointment, they can practice amor fati by recognizing that this experience presents an opportunity for valuable lessons. By analyzing what went wrong, gathering feedback, and reflecting on their approach, they can emerge from the situation with newfound insights and skills that will serve them well in future projects. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. The ability to reframe challenges as opportunities is a cornerstone of Stoic thought. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable barriers, we can choose to see them as chances to develop resilience, creativity, and problem-solving skills. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." This quote emphasizes that adversity reveals our true character and capabilities. Take, for instance, an entrepreneur launching a new startup. They may encounter various obstacles such as funding challenges, market competition, and unforeseen setbacks. However, by reframing these challenges as opportunities for innovation, they can adapt their business model, explore new strategies, and ultimately grow stronger as a leader. Each obstacle becomes a chance to learn and refine their vision, reinforcing the belief that obstacles are not the end of the road but rather detours leading to new possibilities. Learning from setbacks. Embracing the Stoic perspective on obstacles also requires us to approach setbacks with a mindset of curiosity and learning. Rather than viewing failure as a definitive endpoint, we can recognize it as a valuable teacher. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote serves as a powerful reminder that the challenges we face can propel us forward if we are willing to learn from them. For example, imagine a student preparing for a critical exam. After putting in significant effort, they receive a disappointing grade. Instead of feeling defeated, they can reflect on their study habits, identify areas where they struggled, and seek additional resources or support. By viewing this setback as an opportunity to enhance their learning strategies, they can improve their performance in future assessments. This process of reflection and adaptation exemplifies the Stoic approach of turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. Cultivating resilience through challenges. Resilience is a key trait that enables us to navigate obstacles effectively. The Stoics believed that cultivating resilience allows us to face challenges with courage and determination. As Seneca noted, "Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men." This quote highlights that true strength is forged in the crucible of adversity, and it is through our struggles that we develop the resilience needed to overcome future challenges. To cultivate resilience, we can employ various strategies. One effective method is to practice gratitude even in the face of difficulties. By focusing on the lessons learned and the strengths gained from challenging experiences, we can shift our perspective and foster a sense of appreciation for our growth. For example, after facing a significant setback at work, a team leader might take time to reflect on the skills they developed in problem solving and collaboration, recognizing that these qualities will benefit them in future endeavors. Another strategy is to build a support network of friends, family, or colleagues who can provide encouragement and perspective during challenging times. Engaging in open conversations about obstacles can help us gain insights and reinforce our resilience. The Stoics understood the value of community and shared wisdom, emphasizing that we do not have to face our challenges alone. The importance of adaptability. Adaptability is another essential quality in the Stoic approach to obstacles. Life is unpredictable, and our ability to adjust our plans and strategies in response to changing circumstances is crucial for success. As Epictetus wisely stated, it is not the things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. This quote reminds us that our perceptions play a significant role in how we respond to obstacles. For example, consider a business owner whose industry faces sudden regulatory changes. Instead of resisting these changes or lamenting their impact, they can choose to adapt their business model, explore new markets, and innovate their offerings. By embracing adaptability, they not only navigate the immediate challenge but also position their business for long-term success. Embracing the journey of growth. Ultimately, the Stoic perspective on viewing obstacles as opportunities encourages us to embrace the journey of growth and self-discovery. Each challenge we encounter is an opportunity to refine our character, develop new skills, and deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. As we cultivate resilience, adaptability, and a mindset of curiosity, we empower ourselves to navigate life's complexities with grace and confidence. In this ongoing journey, let us remember that obstacles are not roadblocks but rather integral parts of our path. By adopting the Stoic practice of reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, we can transform our experiences and emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable of achieving our goals. As we move forward in our exploration of Stoicism, let us embrace the obstacles we encounter as opportunities for personal evolution, recognizing that each challenge is a chance to grow and thrive. 8. Taking action, no matter how small. In Stoicism, the principle of taking action, no matter how small, plays a crucial role in personal development and achieving our goals. The Stoics believe that consistent, deliberate action is essential for growth, and they emphasize the importance of focusing on what we can control, our choices and efforts. This philosophy encourages us to embrace the small steps we can take every day, reinforcing the idea that progress is built upon a foundation of incremental actions. The importance of action in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote highlights the Stoic belief that while we cannot control external circumstances, we can control our responses and the actions we take in response to those circumstances. By focusing on our actions, we empower ourselves to create positive change in our lives. Taking action is especially important when faced with challenges or obstacles. Often, the fear of failure or the overwhelming nature of a task can paralyze us into inaction. However, the Stoics remind us that every significant achievement is the result of countless small steps taken consistently over time. As Epictetus stated, "No great thing is created suddenly." This principle encourages us to recognize that even the most ambitious goals require a series of deliberate actions, no matter how small they may seem. Embracing the power of small steps. To embody the Stoic principle of taking action, we must learn to embrace the power of small steps. These incremental actions can lead to substantial progress over time, allowing us to build momentum toward our goals. For instance, consider a person who desires to improve their physical health. Instead of attempting to overhaul their entire lifestyle overnight, they can start by incorporating small changes, such as taking a 10-minute walk each day or replacing sugary drinks with water. These small steps create a foundation for more significant changes and reinforce the belief that progress is achievable. A practical example of this can be seen in the journey of a writer. Rather than waiting for the perfect moment to write an entire novel, they can commit to writing just a few hundred words each day. By focusing on this small, manageable goal, they can gradually build their manuscript over time. This consistent effort not only enhances their writing skills, but also cultivates discipline and commitment to their craft. The role of consistency in action. Consistency is a key factor in the Stoic approach to taking action. The Stoics understood that regular, sustained effort is essential for achieving long-term success. As Seneca observed, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This quote emphasizes that consistent action prepares us to seize opportunities as they arise, leading to greater success in our endeavors. To cultivate consistency, we can establish daily routines that align with our goals. For example, a student preparing for an important exam might create a study schedule that allocates specific time blocks for reviewing material each day. By adhering to this routine, they not only reinforce their commitment to their studies, but also create a sense of structure that enhances their learning. Moreover, tracking our progress can reinforce our commitment to consistent action. Keeping a journal or using a tracking app allows us to visualize our efforts and celebrate our achievements, no matter how small. For instance, a fitness enthusiast might log their workouts, noting the duration and intensity of each session. This practice not only fosters accountability, but also provides motivation to continue pursuing their goals. Overcoming the fear of failure. One of the significant barriers to taking action is the fear of failure. The Stoics recognize that fear can paralyze us and prevent us from pursuing our aspirations. Epictetus wisely noted, "We are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." This quote highlights the importance of reframing our perceptions of failure and recognizing that setbacks are not definitive endpoints but rather opportunities for growth. To overcome this fear, we can practice reframing our mindset toward failure. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of our worth, we can see it as a natural part of the learning process. For example, an entrepreneur launching a new product may face challenges and setbacks along the way. Rather than being discouraged by these obstacles, they can analyze the feedback received, adapt their strategies, and continue moving forward. This iterative process reinforces the belief that growth often emerges from our most challenging experiences. Taking action in the face of uncertainty. Stoicism teaches us that uncertainty is an inherent part of life. We cannot predict the outcomes of our actions, but we can commit to taking action regardless of the uncertainty we face. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This quote encourages us to embrace the fluidity of life and take action with the understanding that uncertainty is a natural part of the journey. For example, consider a recent graduate who is uncertain about their career path. Instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity to present itself, they can start taking proactive steps, such as networking, attending industry events, and seeking internships. By engaging in these actions, they open themselves up to new possibilities and experiences that can guide them toward their desired career. The ripple effect of small actions. Taking action, no matter how small, can create a ripple effect in our lives and the lives of others. Each small step we take contributes to our growth and can inspire those around us to take action as well. The Stoics understood the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of contributing positively to the world. As Seneca stated, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." For instance, a manager who consistently shows up to work with a positive attitude and a commitment to excellence can inspire their team to adopt a similar mindset. This ripple effect fosters a culture of accountability and growth, where everyone feels empowered to take action and contribute to the collective success of the team. Embracing the journey of action. Ultimately, the Stoic principle of taking action, no matter how small, encourages us to embrace the journey of growth and self-improvement. Each action we take, no matter how minor, contributes to our development and reinforces our commitment to our goals. By focusing on our efforts and intentions rather than being solely attached to outcomes, we cultivate resilience and a sense of agency in our lives. As we continue to explore Stoicism, let us remember that the path to success is paved with small, deliberate actions. By embodying the Stoic principles of consistency, courage, and a willingness to learn, we empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges and pursue our aspirations with confidence. Let us commit to taking action, embracing the journey, and recognizing that every step we take brings us closer to our highest potential. 9. Redefining success. In a world that often equates success with material wealth, social status, and external validation, Stoic philosophy offers a refreshing perspective on what it truly means to be successful. The Stoics believe that true success is not measured by the accumulation of possessions or accolades, but by the cultivation of character, virtue, and a meaningful life. By redefining success in alignment with our values and principles, we can pursue a more fulfilling and purposeful existence. The Stoic perspective on success. The Stoics understood that external achievements are often fleeting and that true fulfillment comes from living in accordance with our values. Marcus Aurelius succinctly expressed this idea when he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote emphasizes the importance of focusing on our internal state rather than being swayed by external circumstances. Success, in the Stoic sense, is rooted in our character and the integrity of our actions. For instance, consider a successful entrepreneur who has built a thriving business but feels unfulfilled and detached from their original purpose. Despite their financial success, they may find themselves constantly chasing the next milestone, leading to a sense of emptiness. By reflecting on their values and redefining success to include personal fulfillment, meaningful relationships, and a positive impact on their community, they can recalibrate their approach to life and work. The importance of values in defining success. To redefine success, it is essential to start with a clear understanding of our core values. The Stoics believed that aligning our actions with our values is crucial for achieving true fulfillment. As Epictetus stated, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This quote encourages us to reflect on who we want to become and to ensure our actions align with that vision. For example, a teacher who values education and personal growth might define success not by their salary or prestige, but by the positive impact they have on their students' lives. By focusing on the quality of their teaching, fostering a supportive classroom environment, and inspiring a love of learning, they can measure their success in terms of the difference they make in the lives of others. Moving beyond external validation. One of the significant challenges in redefining success is overcoming the societal pressure to seek external validation. In a culture that often prioritizes fame, wealth, and recognition, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters. The Stoics remind us that seeking approval from others can lead to a loss of authenticity and fulfillment. As Seneca wisely noted, "A good character, when established, is a source of happiness." To move beyond external validation, we can practice self-acceptance and cultivate a strong sense of self-worth rooted in our values. This involves recognizing that our worth is not determined by others' opinions or societal standards. Instead, we can focus on our intrinsic qualities and the contributions we make to the world around us. For instance, consider a writer who dreams of publishing a novel but feels discouraged by the competitive publishing industry. Instead of seeking validation through bestseller lists or critical acclaim, they can redefine success by focusing on their passion for storytelling and the joy of the writing process. By embracing their love for writing and sharing their work with a small audience, they can find fulfillment in their creative expression rather than external recognition. Setting meaningful goals. To align with our redefined sense of success, it is essential to set meaningful goals that reflect our values and aspirations. The Stoics believed that intentionality is key to living a fulfilling life. As Marcus Aurelius advised, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This quote encourages us to be proactive in shaping our lives according to our values. When setting goals, it is essential to ensure they are not solely focused on external achievements but also encompass personal growth and meaningful contributions. For example, instead of setting a goal to achieve a specific salary, a professional might prioritize goals such as developing their skills, mentoring others, or contributing to a cause they care about. By framing goals in alignment with their values, they create a sense of purpose that transcends financial measures. Celebrating progress and personal growth. In the Stoic view, success is more about the journey than the destination. As we redefine success, it is crucial to celebrate our progress and personal growth along the way. The Stoics understood that acknowledging our achievements, no matter how small, reinforces our commitment to our values and goals. As Seneca stated, "Success is not to be pursued. It is to be attracted by the person you become." To celebrate progress, we can keep a journal or record our achievements and milestones. This practice allows us to reflect on our growth and recognize the steps we have taken toward our redefined sense of success. For instance, a young professional might document their experiences in a new role, noting the skills they have developed, the relationships they have built, and the lessons they have learned. By acknowledging these accomplishments, they reinforce their commitment to personal growth and fulfillment. The ripple effect of redefining success. When we redefine success in alignment with our values, we not only transform our lives, but also inspire those around us. The Stoics recognized the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of contributing positively to the world. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." This quote serves as a reminder that our actions and definitions of success can have a ripple effect on our communities and society at large. For example, a business leader who prioritizes ethical practices and employee well-being can foster a culture of integrity and collaboration within their organization. By redefining success to include the well-being of their employees and the impact of their business on the community, they can inspire others to adopt similar values. This collective effort contributes to a more compassionate and just society. Embracing the ongoing journey. Redefining success is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey of self-discovery and personal growth. The Stoics teach us that life is dynamic, and our understanding of success may evolve as we encounter new experiences and challenges. As we continue to reflect on our values and goals, we can adapt our definitions of success to align with our evolving understanding of ourselves and the world around us. In this journey, let us commit to living authentically and pursuing a definition of success that resonates with our values and aspirations. By embracing the Stoic principles of integrity, personal growth, and meaningful contributions, we can cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose in our lives. As we move forward in our exploration of Stoicism, let us remember that true success lies not in external validation, but in the richness of our inner lives and the positive impact we have on others. By redefining success, we empower ourselves to lead lives of purpose, authenticity, and integrity. 10. Detachment from external validation. In today's hyper-connected society, the pursuit of external validation can often overshadow our intrinsic motivations and lead to a distorted sense of self-worth. Social media platforms, workplace cultures, and societal expectations create an environment where approval from others becomes a primary measure of success. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of detaching ourselves from this need for validation, emphasizing that true fulfillment comes from within. The Stoic understanding of external validation. The Stoics believed that relying on external validation can lead to anxiety, discontent, and a sense of powerlessness. As Epictetus wisely noted, "It is not the things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." This quote highlights the idea that our perception of external events, rather than the events themselves, shapes our emotional responses. When we tie our self-worth to the approval of others, we place our happiness in the hands of external factors that we cannot control. For example, consider a marketing professional who seeks constant praise from their superiors for every campaign they launch. If they receive positive feedback, they feel fulfilled, but if they encounter criticism, their self-esteem plummets. By relying on external validation for their sense of worth, they risk becoming trapped in a cycle of dependency and anxiety. The Stoics encourage us to cultivate a stronger sense of self that is not contingent on others' opinions. Cultivating self-acceptance. Detaching from external validation begins with cultivating self-acceptance. This involves recognizing our worth and value independent of how others perceive us. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this concept, stating, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By internalizing this message, we empower ourselves to find confidence and self-worth within. To practice self-acceptance, we can engage in daily affirmations that reinforce our strengths and values. For instance, a software developer might remind themselves of their technical skills and dedication to continuous learning, affirming that their worth is not solely defined by project outcomes or peer recognition. This practice fosters a resilient self-image that is less susceptible to the fluctuations of external validation. Shifting focus to internal values. To detach from the need for external validation, we must shift our focus to internal values and personal growth. The Stoics believed that aligning our actions with our core values is essential for achieving true fulfillment. As Seneca stated, "A good character, when established, is a source of happiness." This quote highlights the importance of cultivating virtues that resonate with our sense of self, rather than seeking approval from others. For example, a teacher who values education and the development of their students can focus on the impact they have in the classroom rather than seeking accolades or recognition from school administration. By prioritizing their commitment to teaching and the growth of their students, they find fulfillment in their work that is independent of external validation. Embracing authenticity. Authenticity is a key component of detaching from external validation. The Stoics understood that living authentically, staying true to our values and beliefs, allows us to cultivate a genuine sense of self-worth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This quote serves as a reminder that our thoughts and beliefs shape our identity. To embrace authenticity, we can reflect on our values and ensure that our actions align with them. For instance, a business owner who prioritizes ethical practices in their company can focus on building a brand that reflects their commitment to integrity, rather than chasing after market trends solely for profit. By staying true to their principles, they cultivate a sense of fulfillment that is independent of external perceptions. The dangers of comparison. One of the most detrimental aspects of seeking external validation is the tendency to compare ourselves to others. Social media often exacerbates this issue, as we are bombarded with curated images of success, wealth, and happiness. The Stoics cautioned against this habit, as comparison can lead to feelings of inadequacy and discontent. Seneca wisely noted, "He who is not a good servant will not be a good master." This quote emphasizes that true fulfillment comes from serving our own values, rather than measuring ourselves against the standards set by others. To combat the dangers of comparison, we can practice gratitude and mindfulness. By focusing on our own journey and achievements, we shift our attention away from the accomplishments of others. For example, instead of envying a colleague's promotion, we can reflect on our own growth and the steps we have taken toward our goals. Keeping a gratitude journal can help reinforce this mindset, allowing us to celebrate our progress and recognize the abundance in our lives. Building a supportive community. While detaching from external validation is essential, it is also important to surround ourselves with a supportive community that encourages authenticity and personal growth. The Stoics recognized the value of friendship and camaraderie in fostering resilience. As Marcus Aurelius stated, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." This quote serves as a reminder that our well-being is interconnected with those around us. Engaging with a community that shares our values can provide encouragement and validation that is rooted in authenticity. For instance, a group of artists who support and critique each other's work fosters an environment where members can explore their creativity without fear of external judgment. This sense of belonging reinforces the idea that our worth is intrinsic and not dependent on societal approval. The journey of self-discovery. Detaching from external validation is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and personal growth. The Stoics teach us that our identity and worth are shaped by our choices, actions, and character, rather than by the opinions of others. By focusing on our inner qualities and staying true to our values, we can cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment. This journey involves continuous reflection and adaptation. We must regularly assess our motivations and the impact of external influences on our self-perception. As we navigate life's challenges, we can remind ourselves that our worth is not contingent upon external validation, but rather on our commitment to living authentically and in alignment with our values. Embracing freedom. Ultimately, the Stoic principle of detaching from external validation allows us to embrace a profound sense of freedom. When we free ourselves from the need for approval, we empower ourselves to live authentically and pursue our passions without fear of judgment. As Epictetus noted, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This quote reinforces the idea that true wealth comes from within and is not reliant on external circumstances. As we continue our exploration of Stoicism, let us commit to detaching from external validation and focusing on cultivating our inner qualities and values. By doing so, we can lead lives of authenticity, fulfillment, and purpose, ultimately contributing to a more compassionate and understanding world. 11. The power of saying no. In a world filled with endless demands on our time and energy, the ability to say no is a vital skill that can significantly enhance our well-being and effectiveness. The Stoics understood the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing our commitments. By mastering the art of saying no, we can align our actions with our values, reduce stress, and create space for what truly matters in our lives. The Stoic perspective on boundaries. The Stoics believed that living in accordance with nature involves recognizing our limits and managing our resources wisely. As Epictetus wisely stated, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. This quote emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control, our choices and commitments. Saying no is an essential part of this practice as it allows us to maintain our autonomy and integrity. When we say yes to every request or demand, we risk spreading ourselves too thin and losing sight of our priorities. The Stoics remind us that our time and energy are finite resources that must be allocated judiciously. For instance, consider a project manager who is asked to take on additional responsibilities at work. If they agree without considering their current workload, they may compromise the quality of their work and experience burnout. By saying no to additional tasks that do not align with their priorities, they can maintain focus on their core responsibilities. The importance of self-awareness. To effectively say no, we must cultivate self-awareness and a clear understanding of our values and priorities. The Stoics emphasize that knowing ourselves is essential for making informed decisions. As Marcus Aurelius stated, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. This quote serves as a reminder that our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality, influencing our choices and how we respond to external demands. For example, a young professional may feel pressured to attend networking events after work, believing that it is essential for career advancement. However, if they take the time to reflect on their values and priorities, they may realize that their well-being and personal time are equally important. By saying no to events that do not align with their values, they create space for self-care and personal development. Practicing the art of saying no. Mastering the art of saying no requires practice and a willingness to communicate our boundaries clearly. It is essential to approach these conversations with kindness and respect, ensuring that we express ourselves authentically without causing offense. As Seneca wisely noted, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. This quote reminds us that saying no can empower us to focus on what truly matters rather than succumbing to the pressures of external expectations. One effective way to practice saying no is to prepare for potential requests in advance. Consider the following scenario: a colleague approaches you to take on an additional project that would require significant time and effort. Instead of immediately agreeing out of a desire to please, take a moment to assess your current workload and priorities. You might respond with something like, "I appreciate the opportunity, but I am currently focused on my existing projects and won't be able to give this the attention it deserves." This response communicates your boundaries while showing respect for the request. Setting boundaries with confidence. Saying no is not just about declining requests, it is also about asserting our boundaries with confidence. The Stoics understood that our ability to stand firm in our decisions is crucial for maintaining our well-being and integrity. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This quote encourages us to respond to pressures with strength and clarity rather than reacting out of fear or obligation. When faced with a request that does not align with our values, we can confidently assert our boundaries. For instance, if a friend invites you to a social event that conflicts with your need for rest and reflection, you can respond with, "Thank you for the invitation, but I need some time to recharge this weekend." This approach reinforces your commitment to self-care while maintaining respect for your friend's invitation. Navigating social pressures. The ability to say no becomes especially important in social situations where peer pressure can influence our decisions. The Stoics recognized that true freedom comes from acting in accordance with our values rather than succumbing to external expectations. As Seneca noted, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This quote reminds us that our fears and anxieties about disappointing others can often be exaggerated and may not reflect the reality of the situation. Consider a scenario where a group of friends is planning a weekend getaway and you feel obligated to join despite your conflicting schedule. Instead of succumbing to social pressure, take a moment to reflect on your priorities. If you decide that your current commitments take precedence, you can confidently decline the invitation. By doing so, you not only honor your boundaries but also model healthy decision-making for your friends. The benefits of saying no. Learning to say no can have numerous benefits for our mental and emotional well-being. By setting boundaries and prioritizing our commitments, we create space for self-care, focus, and personal growth. The Stoics understood that our time is a precious resource and how we allocate it significantly impacts our quality of life. For instance, saying no to unnecessary commitments allows us to invest our time and energy in activities that align with our values and aspirations. If a professional opts out of additional responsibilities that do not contribute to their career development, they can dedicate that time to pursuing further education, networking, or honing their skills. This intentional focus fosters a sense of empowerment and fulfillment. Embracing authenticity. Ultimately, the power of saying no enables us to live authentically and in alignment with our true selves. The Stoics believed that authenticity is essential for leading a fulfilling life as it allows us to act in accordance with our values and principles. As Marcus Aurelius stated, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. This quote encourages us to embody our values through our actions, including the decisions we make about how we spend our time. By embracing the power of saying no, we can cultivate a sense of agency and control over our lives. This practice empowers us to prioritize our well-being, pursue meaningful goals, and foster authentic relationships. As we continue to explore the principles of Stoicism, let us commit to mastering the art of saying no, recognizing that it is a vital skill that enhances our lives and aligns us with our true purpose. In this ongoing journey, let us embrace the power of boundaries, prioritize our values, and cultivate a life of authenticity and fulfillment. 12. Letting go of control. In the essence of Stoic philosophy lies a profound understanding of the importance of distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. The practice of letting go of control is not about surrendering to fate, but rather about understanding our limitations and focusing our energy on the aspects of life where we can make a meaningful impact. By embracing the Stoic principle, we can cultivate inner peace and resilience, allowing us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace. The dichotomy of control. At the heart of Stoicism is the concept known as the dichotomy of control. This principle teaches us to recognize that our thoughts, intentions, and actions are within our control, while the outcomes of those actions, as well as the actions of others, are not. Epictetus famously stated, "Some things are up to us and some are not." This simple yet powerful statement captures the essence of Stoic thought. We must focus our efforts on what we can influence and accept what is beyond our control. For example, consider a student preparing for an important examination. They can control their study habits, the effort they put into their preparation, and their mindset during the exam. However, they cannot control the specific questions on the test or the grading criteria used by the instructor. By focusing on their preparation and effort rather than worrying about the outcome, the student can reduce anxiety and improve their performance. Embracing acceptance and resilience. Letting go of control requires a mindset of acceptance. Acceptance does not mean passivity or resignation. Rather, it is about acknowledging the reality of our circumstances. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. This quote serves as a reminder that our responses to external events are within our control, and by accepting what we cannot change, we can find strength and resilience. For instance, imagine a professional who faces unexpected changes in their workplace due to a merger. Instead of resisting the change or worrying about their job security, they can accept the reality of the situation and focus on how to adapt. This might involve seeking new opportunities within the merged company, enhancing their skills, or expanding their professional network. By embracing acceptance, they cultivate resilience and a proactive approach to navigating the uncertainty of their circumstances. The freedom of letting go. The practice of letting go of control liberates us from the burdens of anxiety and frustration. When we cling to the illusion of control, we often find ourselves overwhelmed by stress and worry. Seneca wisely noted, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote emphasizes that our fears and anxieties are often products of our minds, and by letting go of the need to control every aspect of our lives, we can alleviate unnecessary suffering. To illustrate this point, consider a parent who is overly concerned about their child's future success. They may feel the need to micromanage their child's decisions, from academic choices to extracurricular activities, in an attempt to secure a favorable outcome. However, this approach can lead to stress for both the parent and the child. By letting go of the need to control every aspect of their child's life, the parent can foster an environment of trust and independence, allowing the child to explore their own path. This shift not only reduces stress but also empowers the child to take responsibility for their own decisions. Practicing mindfulness and presence. Letting go of control is closely tied to the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be present in the moment and to focus our attention on our thoughts and feelings without judgment. The Stoics recognized the value of being mindful of our responses to external events. As Marcus Aurelius stated, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." By practicing mindfulness, we can cultivate a greater awareness of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. One effective way to practice mindfulness is through meditation. By dedicating time each day to quiet the mind and observe our thoughts without attachment, we can develop a deeper understanding of our inner landscape. For example, a busy professional might take a few minutes each morning to meditate, focusing on their breath and letting go of worries about the day ahead. This practice can help them cultivate a sense of calm and clarity that enables them to navigate challenges with greater ease. The power of focused action. While it is crucial to let go of control over outcomes, it is equally important to take focused action in areas where we can make a difference. The Stoics believed in the power of deliberate action aligned with our values. As Epictetus noted, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This quote highlights the importance of prioritizing our growth over the fear of judgment from others. For instance, a young artist may feel anxious about sharing their work with others, fearing criticism or rejection. However, by focusing on their passion for creating art and taking action to display their work in a local gallery, they can embrace vulnerability and authenticity. This focused action, driven by their values and passion, allows them to grow as an artist regardless of external validation. Learning from experience. Letting go of control also involves learning from our experiences and adapting our approach based on the lessons we encounter. The Stoics understood that every obstacle presents an opportunity for growth. As Marcus Aurelius observed, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This quote reinforces the idea that challenges are not barriers but rather stepping stones on our path to self-improvement. For example, a professional who experiences a setback in a project can choose to view it as a learning opportunity. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, they can analyze the situation, gather feedback, and adjust their approach for future projects. This iterative process of learning and adapting fosters resilience and empowers them to navigate future challenges with confidence. The journey of letting go. Ultimately, letting go of control is an ongoing journey that requires practice and self-reflection. The Stoics teach us that life is inherently unpredictable, and while we cannot control every aspect of our circumstances, we can control our responses and the actions we take. By embracing the philosophy of letting go, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience that empowers us to navigate life's uncertainties with grace. As we reflect on the Stoic principle of letting go of control, let us commit to focusing on what we can influence: our thoughts, intentions, and actions. By doing so, we free ourselves from the burdens of anxiety and frustration, allowing us to lead more authentic and fulfilling lives. In this ongoing journey of personal growth, let us embrace the power of acceptance, mindfulness, and focused action, recognizing that true strength lies in our ability to adapt and respond to life's challenges with courage and integrity. As we conclude our exploration of Stoic philosophy, it is essential to reflect on the profound insights we have gained and how we can apply these principles to lead more fulfilling lives. The teachings of Stoicism invite us to embrace challenges, cultivate resilience, and focus on our inner qualities rather than seeking external validation. By integrating these principles into our daily lives, we can navigate life's complexities with grace and purpose. Throughout our journey, we have learned the importance of self-examination. By asking ourselves the powerful question, "Why not?" we unlock the potential for growth and transformation. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This reinforces the idea that our mindset shapes our reality. By fostering a growth-oriented mindset, we empower ourselves to confront obstacles as opportunities for development. We have also explored the significance of embracing challenges as pathways to personal evolution. The Stoic principle of amor fati, the love of fate, teaches us that every difficulty we encounter can lead to valuable lessons and insights. Epictetus stated, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." By reframing our challenges as opportunities to strengthen our character, we cultivate resilience and adaptability that serve us well throughout our lives. Another critical aspect of our journey has been the pursuit of progress through small actions. The Stoics emphasized that consistent, deliberate effort leads to meaningful change. Seneca wisely noted, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This serves as a reminder to focus on our preparations and actions, allowing us to seize opportunities as they arise. Additionally, we have discussed the need to redefine success in alignment with our values. True fulfillment comes from living authentically and pursuing what resonates with our inner selves. As we reflect on our goals, let us remember that our worth is not determined by external accolades, but by the integrity of our actions and the impact we have on others. As we move forward, let us also embrace the power of saying no. By setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing our commitments, we create space for what truly matters in our lives. The Stoics teach us that our time and energy are precious resources and we must allocate them wisely. Finally, we explored the importance of letting go of control. Life is inherently unpredictable, and by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and actions, we cultivate inner peace and resilience. Marcus Aurelius stated, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny." This acceptance empowers us to navigate challenges with grace and confidence. As we conclude this exploration of Stoicism, I encourage you to embrace these principles in your daily life. Reflect on your inner qualities, take action toward your goals, and view obstacles as opportunities for growth. By living in accordance with Stoic values, you will cultivate a more fulfilling and purpose-driven existence. If you found value in this discussion, I invite you to subscribe to the Stoic VIVU channel for more inspiring content that makes Stoic wisdom accessible for modern life. Like and share this video with friends and family who may benefit from these teachings. Together, we can foster a community committed to personal growth, resilience, and the pursuit of excellence. Thank you for joining me on this transformative journey through Stoicism. Let us continue to learn, grow, and support one another as we strive to lead lives filled with purpose and integrity.